Well, guys, look at this right here. I'm telling y'all right now, we gotta have a conversation. All right, guys, I hope you're having an amazing day today, and I hope your New Year's is starting out fantastic, and you continue to do the things that you set out to do for your New Year's resolution. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I know you set a New Year's resolution that you probably thinking about quitting already. I know it. But listen, that's why you clicked on this video, so you can, get a little extra motivation. Nah, that's not why you clicked on this video. You came to this video so we can have a conversation about Florida State once again. And if you have been keeping up with the aftermath of the Alabama loss to Michigan, you know that the Florida State players have said some things or tweeted some things, not a lot of them, but a few of them, and we're going to talk about these four in particular because ESPN posted these and I just so happened to see this on my YouTube feed. And I will say, if you are a Michigan fan and you are talking noise after this Alabama loss, you have every right to. If you're a huge fan of a team and you get a win, in my eyes, you have the right to say whatever you want. You can say some crazy things. I may not like it, but what can I say? I have been going back and forth with Michigan fans in my comment section because I predicted Alabama to win all day. And you know what? I love it. Why? Because this is the beauty of the game. You may disagree with some of my takes. You may not like everything that I say while you're a part of this YouTube community. And speaking of that, I only have 322 subscribers. Make sure that you guys subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 before April. That's my birthday month. It will be a great accomplishment. But let's get back to the topic at hand here, all right? Let's take a look at Florida State, what some of the players had to say. And to me, this is highly disrespectful, and on top of that, it comes off as just very cringe, very lame. And the reason why I say that is because the energy that they're giving Alabama is the same energy that they should have been giving Georgia. All right, and look, we can go back and forth about who should have been in, who should have not been in, but at the end of the day, they didn't have the same energy when it came to Georgia, all right? If you saw the game, if you saw the score, you know exactly how that went down, all right? But let's just look at a couple of tweets here. They ain't deserved that HIT. Now, I'm reading all of these and thinking to myself, like, this is some of the most cringiest stuff that I've ever seen. Look at this one. Pretty poetic, if you ask me. Hashtag go knows. I don't know what he's tweeted before this. I'm not gonna go look at his Twitter. I don't even feel like going to do that. But I just wonder what his tweet was after the Georgia loss. Now let's look at this tweet right here. And he basically is commenting on this. This is why Bama shouldn't have been in. Now, Bama played a game and it went to overtime, and the game was very enjoyable. Now, you can say that both teams did some things, especially special team wise, that would have maybe cost them the game, some different things on defense that would or maybe have cost them the game. But at the end of the day, it was a very enjoyable game. I don't think we'll have got that same level of excitement in a game that Florida State would have participated in, especially against Michigan. That defense is pretty damn good. But he says the difference between earned and given. All right, okay, cool. Now let's look at this. An emoji from Jordan Travis. Oh, okay, cool. At the end of the day, though, I honestly believe that Florida State went from a team that a lot of people felt sorry for, that a lot of people had a lot of sympathy for. And now they're turning themselves into public enemy number one for what? All of these tweets, very unnecessary. A team that, in my honest opinion, even though they got beat by 60, I think a lot of people still felt sorry for them because they did not get a chance to even get in the playoff and prove that they can do it without Jordan Travis. They didn't get an opportunity, and I understand that. But now, people are looking at this team entirely different. On top of the 60-point loss, now you're just making yourself look bad. Let's look at some of the responses from people in that comment section, because I think a lot of people made a lot of great points. Everyone sympathized with FSU when they didn't get in, but they quickly made themselves the enemy by everyone opting out getting crushed 63-3, and now acting like Alabama and Michigan didn't just play an all-time classic. Now, I don't know if I would call it an all-time classic, even me being a Bama fan, but at the same time, it was still a great game. Me thinking about it now, at the time, my initial reaction was the same as his. I was like, man, this was a great game all around, but the more I look at it, it's like it was a very good game. I wouldn't put it up there all time, but I get his point. That does not take away from the fact that they quickly and very swiftly turned themselves into like public enemy number one, as I already said. Very, very odd behavior right here. Now let's look at this. As an Alabama fan, or as a Bama fan, congrats Michigan. They have dogs on that team, they sure do. Committee got it right, but FSU players could have proved a point and made a strong case for the 2024 season already, but they showed very poor class. FSU really disrespected Georgia and rightfully got screwed in 4K. The ACC also voted against starting the expanded playoff this year, so take that L right along with us Bama fans and cope. You know what, I love this because I love a fan like me who, if I take an L, it is what it is, man. Talk y'all all day. I have had people talking at me all day long, and I love it, man. It is what it is because I know my day is coming. I'm gonna get to talk my stuff too, but while you are winning, talk your stuff. It is what it is. It's sports, baby. Why else would, you know what I'm saying, you have favorite teams if you couldn't talk noise when they won? It is what it is, man. Let's continue to keep rocking on with these comments, man. We got Crazy How they focus more on the Bama game than their own game against Georgia. I agree with that. Instead of FSU proving that they should have gotten in, they let Georgia prove that they were better contenders than both Bama and FSU. Now, look, I will say this. We beat Georgia head to head. If Georgia would have got in, it would have been, you know, is what it is. I think the committee really wanted to put Georgia and Bama in and leave Texas out, but you can't leave Texas out if Bama beat Texas. So they were kind of in a, you know, a bind there. And the thing about it is, if you would have already expanded the playoff, we would not have had this. The playoffs should have been the playoffs years ago. I'm talking about 2000. It should have been a playoff system already put in place. We wouldn't have this mess, okay? But that's me going on a rant. I'm not going to go on a rant today, or maybe I will later. Anyways, although to be fair, Bama saved FSU from nationwide embarrassment. No, we didn't. They got embarrassed nationwide because they got 60 drop on the head. But I guess you can make that argument because at least it was like in a bowl game. People didn't pay as much attention to it until the score got ran up. If they would have lost 40-3, people wouldn't be talking about it as much. But 60, you setting records. Florida State, you setting records. All right, cool. Anyways, let's go to another comment here. Say, as a Penn State fan who has no dog in the race, FSU got absolutely annihilated. Michigan had the best defense in the country. It would have been a shutout. More than likely, it would have definitely been a shutout. Now let's look at this one. It says this. Look, man, I'm a big time Florida State fan, and I was super excited how the season was, and I was obviously devastated when we didn't make it, but I really don't care about what Bama was doing. I was really just hoping we could do something in our bowl game, and we got wiped. And yes, I know we didn't have all our players, but I'm pretty sure Georgia didn't either. Just gotta look for next season. Yeah, you do. Now, Georgia had a few players missing, but I mean, it would be ignorant of me to ignore, you know, the fact that Florida State definitely had way more key players out. But I mean, come on now, to have historic numbers put on you, that's an entirely different conversation. And the thing about it is, you should be looking to next season, because how is this going to look for the recruits that coming in? I know players don't necessarily care about that, or I shouldn't say care about that. I shouldn't say they're not necessarily thinking about that when they post tweets and stuff like this. And they're not necessarily thinking about that when they decide to opt out and allow their team to get beat by 60. What's the team going to look like next year? A lot of people will opt out. Some of them transfer, they're gone. They're not caring about Florida State right now. So if you're a Florida State fan, how is your team going to look next year? Moving on to a entirely different playoff system next year, where a lot of this stuff will be removed. Some people are not for the expanded playoff. I'm a huge advocate for it. Probably one of the biggest advocates that I know. But at the end of the day, this is not good for the future of FSU. I'm not saying that it's going to end badly, but what I'm saying is people are going to look at this and be like, Florida State, the culture down there is not looking as tight knit as it did. But I will say this. I do want to end on a good note because I don't want to just continue to talk negatively about Florida State. What I will say is, I think Florida State has one of the best coaches in the country. And if anybody can fix what is going on around Florida State, it's him. I think he can do it. And I do believe in that coach. I think y'all do have a good coach down there. And I think y'all will have a pretty successful season next year. It's not looking too good right now. I know a lot of things have been said, a lot of things have been going on, but at the end of the day, I think Florida State fans just simply want to let this go, move on, and try again next year. But let me know what you guys think about this entire situation down below. Do you agree with the Florida State players, or do you agree with me? They did not focus enough on their game. Now they're attacking the Alabama team that played a great game against Michigan and could have won the game. Even though they didn't, they could have won. Would Florida State have actually been in this game, and would they have even had a chance to win? Because I don't think they would have been able to contend with Michigan either. But let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, and also subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one, though.